Thank you so much for joining us today for Fulbright New Zealand's November Good Works seminar. We are honoured to have Dr. Manulani Aluli Meyer with us today as our guest presenter. And also, sorry, before we, I can see people coming in, and just a reminder when you come in, everyone, to keep your computers muted throughout. That will be great. All right, thank you. So Dr. Meyer, who's our presenter today, was on the Fulbright New Zealand board from 2011. Sorry, I'm hearing some real feedback. Okay, all right, are we back on? Cool. Okay, sorry about the technical glitches, everyone. So Dr. Meyer was on the Fulbright New Zealand board from 2011 to 2015, while she was based here in Aotearoa, working at Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. She is a Hawaiian scholar practitioner committed to the role of Indigenous knowledge in worldwide awakening. Dr. Meyer currently works at the University of Hawaii, West Oahu, and is dedicated to a cultural agroforestry movement focusing on the coconut, or niu. In today's presentation, Dr. Meyer will talk about the Makahiki season, which is marked by the rising of Ngā Huihui o Makali'i, the Pleiades, in the west at sunset. It's a time of change, rising seas, potent rains, and kanalui winds. Dr. Meyer will share with us how Hawaiians welcome Lono, winter, which is a time of radical transformation into their consciousness, and how this season of peace, gratitude, and excellence becomes a discipline for life. Thank you so much and welcome, Dr. Meyer.
Mahalo, Therese. Aloha mai kākoa pau, everyone. Alana kahi moi lana mali a oia io. He io kumu, he io lau. He io lono a ke aloha. E ho o ulu mai, e ho o ulu mai. E ho o ulu ai ka velina a ke aloha. A ke aka mai, a ke aka mai. Ake akamai. He no kalahui o Manulani a kiwa. Hui. Okay, everybody. Thank you, Fulbright New Zealand. That was such a lovely invitation. Thank you, Therese and the gang, and all you alumni out there. It was such a blast to work with Melly Went and everybody.
That's kind of cute.
So mahalo. Hold on, Kehao.
His name
Can you mute yourself? Kehao, can you mute yourself? Okay, you guys, mute yourself. Here we go. Mahalo nui. Okay, Lono ika Makahiki, Lono ika Makahiki, Lono ika Makahiki. Here we go. It's time for the Makahiki season. Let's figure out what that means. Just so you know, when people say Hawaiians are not, we take our history and keep it in a static level, they don't know Hawaiians. Our history is a modern infusion it inspires us to do things like land on Kaho'olawe, an island that's been bombed for 50 years. So my cousin is Manaluni, and in the 70s, he was one of the first to land on that island. And they started to figure out what to do to create an awareness, both within ourselves and in the federal government, in our state government, to become aware of why Aloha Aina is at the center of Indigenous epistemology. You know, if you can summarize Indigenous knowing, it's basically love land, serve people. Oh, wait a minute, maybe it's serve land, love people. It's just the same thing simultaneously. So my friend Ka'iana Haile wrote this, and Auntie Pua Kanakaole Kanahele put this in her article. And basically Um, basically, he says that the intention. Okay, who's got their? You guys, can you mute everybody? Basically, the intention of developing an awareness of Lono began in the 70s. And Lono for us, as we recover ourselves, was a deity that we are beginning to understand more and more and more. And as we developed these ceremonies for the last 40 years as the Kanakaole Ohana, and it was practiced by the Putekaho'olave Ohana, I was fortunate enough to be a part of many of the Makahiki ceremonies. And that's where we started to learn. And then, that's our recovery is real. It's not like it's not real, but I want to thank Kaiana for this statement that the intention for the rituals was that life would once again abound and grow on this little moku or island. After all, this is our greatest gift. This land that sustains us is above all else our foundation. So, yeah, there it is. Thank you, Kaiana. So we started learning our pules again. This is a prayer for growth and increase, basically focusing on Lono. I think I was in this procession, heading to the Makahiki grounds at Hakio'ava to do ceremony. So during those early years, it was a learning curve, and it remains a learning curve. But I take from that foundation from the Protect Kaho'olave Ohana and the lessons of Kaho'olave, the change that's in my life. So here it is. Here's the change. When the hui hui makali'i rises at sunset, when the Pleiades rises at sunset on the east, the party's on. And because my ohana were konahiki, because we know we have that history, and we were called the tax collectors growing up, and I really hated that. Now I call us ourselves the party planners. We are the party planners because ho'oilo, when the Pleiades rises, Nahuihu Makali'i rises, winter's on. So during winter, we practice peace, gratitude, and excellence. And Kaui Kanakaoli, Kaui is my beloved friend from Hana. And last week, she said, Manu, I think of the Makahiki as a season to observe, connect, and aspire. So thank you, Kaui, for that brilliance. Absolutely brilliant. Now, why do we do this? Wow. We're learning. Why do you fellas in Aotearoa have the makali'i for the tangi for our kingitanga? That's a question too. Why is the matariki encouraged and respected throughout Polynesia? There's a reason for that. So it marks the beginning of winter and a new year. So basically, when it rises, which just happened last week Thursday, we say Lono ika makahiki, and this is why it's important. Lono. Everyone thinks Lono was a god. Lono is the deity. And a deity in ancient minds, we can't bring our modern minds to really understand and grok the purpose of understanding our elemental forms and our connection to them. So when Lono arrived, this is some of his forms, agriculture. It was time to bring in the crops for most places. The difference between, I think, remember Kavena Rubelite Johnson saying the difference between ho'olohe and ho'olono is the difference between listening and hearing. So we begin to fine tune the expectations of an indigenous understanding by understanding if we really hear somebody, we're gonna need help, and that help is in the form of peace, and is in the form of abundance. And so ho'olono is the deeper aspect of Hawaiian listening. You are absolutely hearing them. So here's Nalani's, she developed many chants to describe Lono during this time. So Hawaiian culture, Maori culture, Tahitian, we modern. We are going to practice our reo, our mo'olelo, our ways in prayers, rituals, and in understanding how we connect to the natural world. Because winter is about rain in Hawaii. I know climate change has changed everything, but I'm a Hilo girl. This is what it looks like in Hilo. You know, that's my friend's truck. So this is welcoming the abundance of rain. Because Kale Nuuhiwa teaches us that Velehu is an extremely active time. Welahu is the rainiest of all the wet months. We can expect active kona storms coming from the south, or northern storms, thunder, lightning, heavy rain, flooding, rough seas, and snow on high mountain peaks, excessive dew on the grass and leaves, sea squalls, gusting wind, rainbows, water spouts, marine birds, kohola, and thick pua'a clouds. Little can be done except remain at home and sleep. So it's my favorite time of year. Not that we sleep a lot, but yeah, it's really kind of special this time. Because this is the time I don't go and pick kupe'e during this time. This is a time for to find iwi kukui on our shorelines and different types of food. It's a time for dark clouds. It's a time for the Lono. This is the Lono. This is our Anui Nui. And when you see rainbows like this, oh, it's winter. And you know, sitting in Moa'ula, up in Kaho'olawe one year, watching the Makahiki season close. Kaho'okele, can you mute yourself? Aloha mai Kaho'okele. Good to see you. Love that gray shirt. Nice. Mahalo nui. So it's a time for our kohola to birth themselves. Kaho'okele, can you try that again? You gotta just okay, mahalo. Aloha mai. Aloha mai.
Aloha.
We got a couple of people that are unmuted. Thanks you guys for muting. All right. So I'm sitting on Mo'ula. It's a little pu'u over but it's the highest point of Kaho'olawe. And I'm seeing all these whales birth their young because it's kind of like the birthing basin. It's between Kaho'olawe, Maui, Molokai, Lanai. It's like a basin. So it's a time for a kohola to be born. What a special time. I'm a Hilo girl. One day, this is what it looked like when I walked outside. Woohoo! You know what I mean? It snows in Hawaii, and there is Mauna Awakea with our beloved reminder that Poliahu is present. Makahiki celebrated the harvest and was a time of personal rest for spiritual and cultural renewal. All wars and battles ceased. Tributes and gifts or taxes were given to the ruling chief, and a wide choice of sporting or competitions and festive events commenced. It was the start of a winter, new year. Peace, gratitude, and excellence marked this time. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we actually can see the Makahiki and practice the lessons of why our kupuna practice this. Because peace, believe it or not, absolutely, it meant no war. When the Makali'i rose at sunset on the east, everybody put their weapons down. No war. So what did we do? Whenever I used to call my sisters up, like this was like 30 years ago, and I'd say, Lono Makahiki, and they'd roll their eyes and say, oh my God, does this mean we can't talk stink about each other? Like, yeah, that's what it means. No talking stink. Because in modern Hawaii, I took this picture of my ohana after Ho'oponopono, after one of our sessions where we began to heal. Peace is the practice of our makahiki, is no longer about the absence of war. It is about the presence of consciousness with each other. No harmful thinking, no gossip, and no negative exchanges. Can you imagine if we practice this every year for 4 months? My sisters have been doing it, and I gotta tell you, it's been really cool. And thank you, beloved sisters and beloved Nahiraka, for practicing these things with me. This is how we bring Lono and peace into our lives today. This is how we practice. We actually, we look for the Makahiki season. We get so excited when friends go, hey, Lono ika Makahiki. We plan things. So I want to say that in this process of Alomakawai to reflect, I want to ask you folks, how do you cultivate and practice peaceful intentions? I wish we had time to talk story and put us in dyads, maybe in another time. How is the Makahiki season a time to discipline yourself, your team, your whānau? Maybe you can put it in the chat so we can all see it. this Alomakawai, this time, this is when Barbara Pope was giving me some really clear news about my manuscript, that don't use the word it's in front of a sentence. And it was like news to me. It was like, what? You can't use it's? You know, I just wish I had someone teach me how to write. But how do you cultivate and practice peace, you guys? Let us learn this together. How do you practice? Do you catch yourself when just before you say something negative? Do you back it up when you do? Do you ask for forgiveness? Let's put some things in the chat because we have a few minutes. Put some things in the chat. Oh, nice. Who is that? Oh, that's Li Hao. Do inner work. Thank you. Thank you. Pohai, that's Li Hao. I create ceremony. Wananga. Nice. Wananga for us, Luisa, is Vanana, and Vanana means to prophesize. Isn't that beautiful? And when we're in a group, when we Wananga with each other, when we're speaking in a heightened sense of consciousness, we are in essence creating our future. That's what I love about Wananga and Vanana. So thank you for that. Create ceremony. Nice. So this is what Lono teaches me. Nice. To witness self and not judge. Nice. Make more beautiful. Thanks, Forrest. Yeah, nice. To witness, witness, witness. That's the point. Keep witnessing, keep witnessing, keep witnessing. And then I think the Alomakawai, the point of reflection. Thank you, Miku. Nice. Practicing kindness, create value. Nice. Thanks, Pohai. Yeah, gratitude. Nice. Breathe. Nice, Stephanie. Nice. See, the thing about the Makahiki, everyone thinks it's like this historic. It's actually we can make what is historic and relevant to today. And this is what today's talk is about, is to help us make our cultural actions relevant. Because the second idea for the Makahiki for me is gratitude. Ta-da! Gratitude. That was Auntie Lynette and Camilo just yesterday. That was a gift they gave me. And it burst out. I burst out crying because Auntie Lynette is my teacher. And she gave this to me. Camilo made them. So, you know, in the time of Makahiki, and they said to me, how ole Makahiki. And so they really, you want to hang around kupuna that know what the season's about, because it's about peace and it's about gratitude. So, you know, in ancient times when they go holo holo around, you gave your things, you gave your gifts, you gave tufts of feathers that you gathered, you gave lauhalo mats that you made, you gave food, you gave honor, you gave oli, chance, you gave gifts because you're grateful. So it's not taxes in the negative taxes sense. It is, we didn't tax, we shared our gratitude. And there is a significant difference. So this is a picture that just happened yesterday. Is Auntie Lynette Paglinawan and Camilo sharing their joy for gratitude. So the Makahiki marked a time of harvest, abundance, and the showing of gratitude to Ali'i and to all elemental forms. This is what Lono is to us today. Lono becomes the elemental forms of rain, wind, clouds, and rainbows. And we want to, you know, Hawaiian style, we love rain. Come on down, nourish our plants. This is my home. This is what we did to welcome the Makahiki last year. My cousin's coming up on December 4th to open the lele again. But in modern Hawaii, we practice the sense of gratitude through conscious meals, heightened pule or prayers, collective work, ritual events of meaning, and a million small ways that amplifies and expands by its own accord. This is the lei iwi kukui I made for the lele, and this is the lawai and the hala and the lei hala that my cousin brought to welcome Lono at my home. So here's an alomakawai. Okay, this is a gift a friend gave. How do you show your gratitude to others? How do you show your gratitude? How do you nourish a sense of grateful awareness in the world? So let's do the chat again. Those of you who have access, how do you show gratitude to others? and to yourself in the season of Makahiki? How do you consciously practice this sense of gratitude? All right, let's go to the chats. I baked my friends cakes. Yay! Nice, Pulley. Nice, Jerry. Thanks, boy. Thank you, gang. How do you express gratitude? Oh gosh, by doing my inner work. Thanks, Chantel. Beautiful. Yeah. And you do wander, Chantel. So by doing my inner work, feed the people. Nice. Yeah. Feed people during this season, you guys. Feed people. Absolutely. I love that whakatoki of Maori. Thanks, Stephanie. It's beautiful. That says the food of rangatiras is thanks, Jan. The food of rangatiras is korero. And I love that idea. Nice. Sharing knowledge and time. Rena, thank you. So showing gratitude, can you imagine if we became more conscious of this? This is actually a call for us to develop a collective consciousness through our own inward work and expression of how we embody our principles. I really believe that. And I think that's what I'm learning, sharing. Thanks, Luisa. Tamari. Nice, Ulisa. Helping, calling them up, sending love notes. Give help, gift, and share light. Thanks, Kai. Beautiful, gang. Beautiful. So let us ritualize this sense of gratitude. Do it with your family. Do it with your whānau. Do it with your ohana. And honestly, my sisters had to put up with me for the first 30 years. And I think we're getting better at it. We really are. So that's this sense of Makahiki is about gratitude. And to bring that into our modern life is to create a changed atmosphere in our inward life and in our outward expressions. I mean, like, why not? Excellence. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now, in our ancient Makahiki season, we competed in hundreds of games, hundreds. You know what I mean? You would know the best surfer. You would know the best wrestler, the best boxer, the best ulumaika rock. You'd know the best. So I'm giving modern pictures of what I think is excellence because it's time to bring our history and our ancient understanding into modern practice. Oyevale. That's what I believe. Our kupuna are still with us. And how are we going to be good ancestors? This is Indrajit speaking about the new nursery at UH West Oahu. We just gave away 300 on Friday, and I'm going to show you how we started our Makahiki season here. And these are beloveds. There's my beloved wife, Nahidaka Mason, Tuhoi, who left your beloved lands to come and be with me in Hawaii, with beloved farmers, Kaui, Indrajit, Summer, and Chelsea. We fed their interns with our own food. So excellence is about what do you have to offer the world and your community. This is an ancient picture of a boxing match during the time of Makahiki. And it was an intense time of competition. And it was an intense time of understanding who was excellent at speech giving, at Holua sleds. We had hundreds of games, you guys. And this season, in the seasons of Makahiki, we do a lot of different things. Up in my village, up in Palihua, here's my sister Miley. I just look at her little ankles and worry for her because we have a hapai pohaku. You know what I mean? Like, Miley, don't do it. So she wanted to compete with the boys to pick up stones, And here are the kids, and here's Nahiraka's bounty in her pickle and jams, and we've had some wonderful Makahiki events. Here's our posters. We even have one December 18th. Those of you who are in Oahu, please come on down. We're gonna have lei making. We're gonna make Christmas trees out of coconut fronds. So but you can have a Makahiki festival. We're calling it Na Mea Makahiki, the things of the Makahiki. and peace, gratitude, and excellence. We've just made it about peace, gratitude, and excellence. Over there in Hana, they could do it with Kaui's trilogy of observe, connect, and aspire. Oh, so beautiful. Observe, connect, and aspire. Mahalo Kaui. So this is why I said yes to talking about this makahiki, because if we are not going to develop our consciousness, and if we're gonna do it collectively, why not have fun doing it through our cultural kupuna, ike kupuna, the knowledge from our elders? Why not do it and translate it into modern times? So I'm a wahine kalai pohaku. I carve stones, and one of the most I used to carve these perfectly round spheres. I call them huamo'o. And how you do it is one hand is steady and the other hand is random. So the holographic field, what the perceived opposites are actually needed for what we are calling the mo'o, which is continuity. And so, meaning we have to begin to practice these things without thinking. We just have to do it. So how do you express your own unique excellence? This is what I believe our youthful society of America is learning, and we can now step in to teach that standards are very valuable, but standardization is killing us, it's killing our children. We have to develop an understanding and a maturity of what difference means. If I didn't have sports, I'd be dead today. Absolutely make die dead. Because sports saved my life. And that's why bodily kinesthetic intelligence, that's why I had to go Harvard and figure that out, because the researcher that developed multiple intelligence theory was there. And so, I didn't think I was stupid. I just couldn't read and write real fast. So we have to mature, you Fulbrighters. Come on. We have to mature, Hawai'i and Aotearoa, but we have to listen to our ancient selves. So how does the Makahiki season offer you space to expand your excellence with your whānau, your organization, and your community? So it really is. It's really time to show how we differ and how we need to connect. For us, the word for connection is ku'u. It's like the net. So they're ku'us. Like when you make a net, like Indra's net or the net for a glass ball, you knot it. You knot it. Not. They're knots, but they're called ku'us. And so every friend should be a ku'u. Every family member should be a ku'u. And it's the strength of each ku'u that allows for nets to be strong. And how does this makahiki help us become better ku'u? Ku'u also means beloved. Isn't that beautiful? How do you become a beloved for your community? It is a practice. It really is. That's actually, we've got some time. Let's do the chat. How do you practice your excellence? Yeah. How do you practice your excellence, you guys? Because it's connected to gratitude and peace. But do you babysit your mo'opunas, your mokos? Do you from a humble heart, thanks Pohai. Do you play tennis and whip your neighbors, whip your siblings? Do you make the best quiche? Are you the best clam digger? How do you practice excellence, and how do you share it with others? Please, let's get 40 of you to respond very quickly. How do I practice excellence? I'm going to say right now, I practice my excellence. I practice excellence by working on my truth. So I tell people, wow, I just lied. When I lie, whoa, people know about it. I'm like, wow, why did I just lie? So I tell people I lie, and I catch myself. Nice, Chantel. Nice, Maurice. Nice. Oh, bringing art. Nice. Yeah. I also sing, and it's not my excellence, but it's my joy. And then it's becoming a little bit, you put in what you do to express your excellence, because Awamu Kuleana is about collective transformation to individual excellence. Nice, teaching my children. Oh, yeah, Rena, thank you. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, you guys. Nice. Oh, na'au. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Miku. Nice. Nice, Annette. Thanks. Thanks, Ulisa. Thanks, Kai. Thanks, Nahidaka. Nahidaka is an amazing gardener, and I so appreciate what you do. Nice, Hannah. Nice. Keep going, everybody. Express your excellence. Keep expressing it. Keep expressing it. You know what the Makahiki reminds me of is when we practice our excellence, people will know where to go to for a good babysitter, for ho'oponopono, for good olena tea. They'll know where to go. Nice. Oh, chili pepper. Nice. Nice. Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, Forrest. We're available for chili pepper water. Nice. Thanks, Courtney. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice. Thanks, Misty. Okay, Forrest, we're coming over. Thanks, Misty. What kind of recipes did your Nana used to do? This is where the mo'o lives, you guys. This is where continuity lives. Everyone says, what is indigenous epistemology, Dr. Meyer? I'm like, it's easy. It just means continuity. Pickled onions. Nice. We're having a pickled onion workshop over at our house, hopefully in December. Nice. Ah, super power. Right on, Louisa. Nice. Nice, you guys. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Excellent, Stephanie. Way to go. You know, the alumakawai, the ability to see our reflection is part of the Makahiki season. Thanks. That is practicing, and that's ho'olono. The ability to practice and to find ourselves in the middle of a mistake is to forgive ourselves. And that is pretty special. So the concept of peace, gratitude, and excellence during the Makahiki season. So, you know, I'm not a historian. I'm not a political historian that you know, blah blah blah. I'm not good at that stuff. What I do is I'm a philosopher, a practitioner. I value the principles and the ideas of our kupuna. And we have three ways to understand and interpret them. My friend Pulama Collier has developed this process called Ike Papa Kolu. And she is putting it out into the world, and I honor you, Pulama. She has lifted up Auntie Pilahi Paki's work of Ho'opukaku, Kauna, and Noahuna. Ho'opukaku is the literal meaning of a word. It's the fundamental meaning. It's the authentic meaning of the word. The kauna, of course, is the metaphoric, the multiple meaning of the word, and then the noahuna is the esoteric or personal meaning of the word. So these are the things you're experiencing, both the kauna and the noahuna, and also the ho'opukaku, the literal of the Makahiki season. But I love how principles can be embodied and can be expressed. So this is why ho'okahila au he mihi. That is our whakatauki, our olelo no eau. It means when you plant a forest, the rains will come. But my noahuna is after feeling what happens when you plant a forest and you attract the moisture that gives it life. It means for me now to share purpose with others and live a life of meaning. You know, and this is my sister Miley with her daughter and beloveds preparing to fix some lauhala mats. These are kuka'a. This takes a lot of work to do, to strip the lauhala, which is this is what I love about our Maori and our cousins. Rau harakeke is what Kahu Te Kanawa taught me, was the name for your harakeke, but the leaf, the rau harakeke. That's lauhala. That's lauhala. Like, how do you guys, from a totally different tree, have the same word? So that's why hala for us is transformation. It means to be transformed. So this is our lauhala, and this is how we make our lauhala mats. And so this is what I want to start to close with. That the Makahiki season is not simply a historic remnant or relic. It is what we're doing now. This is what we did on Friday. We gave away 320 plus niu, because coconuts are the tree of life, and we currently see them as an ornamental liability here in Hawaii. And that is our disease if we are not going to change that. That is our illness. We didn't always view this. The coconut was a major staple for Hawaiians, and it can be again. All we got to do is change them up. And this is what the Makahiki means for me. We change them up by collective intentionality of our excellence. This is our new nursery before and after. Isn't that cool? And this is a friend started to map where we gave them all because we want to know how our niu do. So throughout the Pacific, believe it or not, coconuts do not grow in Aotearoa. We tried. And I bet you the Hawaiians that left here 800-900 years ago also tried. And I bet you our Samoans tried and Rarotongas tried. It's just a little too cold. So that is our new nursery that we did on Friday. And look at what we did on Saturday. We planted 108 niu in a polimotu pattern at our wahipana, our sacred place, Kukaniloko. Kukaniloko is our ancient birthing stones in Wahiwa that birthed our rangatira, our ali'is, for the last 900 years. And so when they said we couldn't have a toilet, a friend just made one. Ta-da! Yeah, you can't have it. You don't, you know, we're going to work all day. You got to have a toilet for your kupuna. So I had to put that in. But look at the you see the left of the toilet? That's what the grove looks like. See the cars, how big the grove is. The cars are to the bottom right. We Indrajit organized, Indrajit Gunasekara is our beloved Southern Sri Lankan indigenous niu knowledge holder. You got to work with knowledge holders. And then we run. And we planted 16 varieties in a polimotu pattern so that they can be true to the mother. And so when I'm driving there to the left-hand side, there's Hina. Hina, 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 It gave me chicken skin to be driving. And there's Kane Hoalani in my back. There's Hina setting in the west. And then Lono's inside my heart. It was a trilogy of deep, deep resonance, of joy, of strength, of courage, because this was a miracle to do, a miracle to plant 108 coconuts at Kukaniloko. Do you understand, you guys, that it's us that we need to encourage? It is all of humanity that we can lift up through our cultural knowledge. But we've got to decide, and we've got to be courageous about what it looks like. And I offer you this because it's also what Kaui Kanakaoli says. We observed there was a need. We connected. This was a project between Office of Hawaiian Affairs, UH Manoa, UH West Oahu, and the Kukani local gang of the Hawaiian Civic Club of Wahiwa. So a miracle. That was a miracle that happened. Just a miracle. So dun 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 dun. We made puha. And because we have friends, our Ma'o Farms gang, this is their farm in Lualuale, just about 20 minutes from our home, and they are beloveds. They too planted a coconut grove of over 200 coconuts that we gave them. See, so the future of the world is, when people try to say, it's just who you know. You're damn right it's who you know. Yeah, but it's about how you know them. So I'm not gonna take a youthful society for my thinking anymore. It is not only who you know, it's how you know them, and it's the integrity that you express. So whether you practice in the Makahiki or whether you already have that pono, We believe that pono is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest pono. So it really, let's just say that again, because Hale Makua taught us this. He is my mentor. He said, truth is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest truth. Because I'm a little slow, I had to keep, bouncing that over and over and over and over, because he's a warrior of light. He's an alcoa for our people. Truth is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest truth. So because pono is a synonym for truth, let's put it this way: pono is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest pono. And we share aroha with you guys. We share the word aroha, aloha. But for us, my friend Pulama, again, because she's getting her PhD in an organic PhD movement called Ea Hawai'i, she has taught me that the word for Hawaiian epistemology, is mo'ike. Okay? Write that down. Mo'ike. It's our word for continuity, Misty. You can do it. So mo'ike. Mo, when there's a kahako on the o, it means mo'o. Mo'o for us is like mokopuna, mo'opuna, mo'olelo. Mo'okuauhau is our word for whakapapa. Mo'ike is the word of express your knowledge. But it has a whakapapa genesis. It has a genesis, and that genesis is always in an ancient way. Mo'ike is Pulama's word for epistemology. Mo'ike, it's that knowledge that we get from our ancient sources, and oftentimes it's our dreams. Mo'ike aloha is Pulama's word for Hawaiian epistemology. That is brilliant! Mo'ike aloha, meaning all of our intelligence ultimately rests on aloha. Rests on aloha, expands because of aloha, is because of aloha. That's all I can say. That's what I learned, is that aloha is our true intelligence. And the Makahiki allowed me to really practice that. Because when you understand what peace, gratitude, and excellence really means to a culture and to a people, you can forgive yourself for doing it poorly for the first half of your life, and you can get on the kini popo and you can do it better now, because mo'ike aloha is the sense that that is our true intelligence, is aloha. And wow, thank you guys. I think that's it for yeah, nice. I'm gonna stop sharing and see everybody if I can. Nice. Oh, hi Annette. Hi BJ. Hi Laura. Hi everybody. Hi Erina. Hi, aloha. Penelope. Oh, Misty. Chantel. I just can't shake you off, Chantel, eh? So are there any questions or anything? Because we've got some time. I thought we'd have I'd run out of time. Hi Fiona. Hi Pohai. Yay. Thanks everybody. Hi Rosie. Nice. Hi Miku. Hi Antonia. Yay. Hi Jan. Hi Louisa. Nice. Aloha. Monique. Krista, you made it. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Forrest, you look great with that ball head of yours. Way to go, Amy. How's that new? Right on. Any, you know what? Does anyone want to say anything about the Makahiki? Because it's a big deal. It's a big deal to me, And does anyone want to share? Oh, Chantel, give it a go, Chantel. Hi, Kaho'okele. Ooh.
See too. No, Manu, I didn't really want to talk too much about the Makahiki, but I wanted to just speak to that. Words have power, and aloha is one of those words that it's just not one word. When you say aloha, or you said I have aloha, or I come with aloha, like that word itself has power. Real aloha
Nice.
has
Nice. Well, because all things are mutually emerging, all things, you call it dependent co-arising, simultaneity in post-quantum physics. It depends also on the quality of how you say the word. So it's this minor detail that it's really the quality in how you express ideas. So one word, actually, it's so that, Chantel, that one word is so powerful that we often didn't use it. But when we did, it was always with the sense of peace, gratitude, and excellence. Nice, Pohai. It is so encapsulating. So, anybody, Kaho Kelly, you want to say something?
But aloha kako manu. Can you hear me?
You go in and out, Kaho Kelly, but we can hear you.
I wanted to let you all know that last week, Tuesday, 1 week ago, we had a lei draping ceremony at Kalakaua Park because it was his 185th birthday.
Nice.
This is the picture that was on the front page of the Hilo Tribune the next morning.
Nice.
And it says, Hula Halau, honor Kalakaua's legacy.
Nice.
And I invited Luana,
Nice.
the Mary Mark office,
Nice.
Randy and Dana. So before I started, I just wanted to let you know, Kumu, that myself and Ivalani went to the four corners of the statue and Hanai Ka'aina Ava
Nice. Nice.
Ame Olena.
Nice.
And the practice of the spirituality of the Makahiki season
Yep.
was so lifted in gratitude and thanksgiving that afternoon at 2 o'clock, it began to thunder and roar from the heavens, the beginning formally of what Tutulono had made his appearance, and it thundered for 2 days and 2 afternoons, November 17th and November 18th. So when we see the Ho'ailona come before us, the Ho'ailona, and we hear the thunder and we embrace the Ho'ailona, that is a signal for us to go into the peace, gratitude more than ever. We practice it during the year, but more so
Nice.
when Tutulono makes his appearance in Hilo. I can only speak for Hilo. We drop everything and we honor. We honor with intelligence and goodness that we are on a journey of gratitude all the way from now until Makahiki goes down. I just wanted to say that to all of my brothers and sisters.
Mahalo nui e ku'uhoa, ka ho'okele. Mahalo nui. And that is what the Makahiki is. In Hilo, it brings in the lightning and the storms, and it's the integrity in which you welcome that ka ho'okele. And around Kamehameha Pai'ea, that is the place. That is a beautiful ho'ailona that you guys just express. And that's what it means. We are rejuvenating ourselves when we honor the Makahiki season. We are connecting. When we sang Hawaii Aloha at Kukani Loko, when we said Maina Ahe Ahe Makani e Pamaine, the gentle breezes blowed, you should have seen, you should have felt that breeze. It was special. It really was. And that's a Ho'ailona. And that's the thing. We are not so separate from the natural world. We just think we are. We just think we are. And so as we regain our footing in love land, serve people, we regain it with each other. We regain it with each other. We regain it with each other. Then the awamukuleana, the collective transformation through individual excellence, then becomes individual transformation through collective excellence. And this is what we know. And Kaho'okele just expressed both simultaneously in that ceremony there at Kamehameha's statue to honor a much aligned, maligned kupuna of our past. Kalakau has been dismissed in so many of our histories, but what a activator of our own culture that Kalakau is. Mahalo nui no for that. So everybody, it's about 10 till. Any more thoughts? Any?
I want to share.
DJ. Okay, Kai, come on in.
Oh, so it's so funny. You know how you always tell us we just know. So like I woke up from a dream, and in my dream, like I was being gifted something and it was being put in my lap, and I've been doing beads. So it was like I was being gifted these beads. So then when I woke up, I just started like I ordered stuff. I've been making gifts all morning, Auntie. So it's so funny you talk about gratitude. Okay, I'm still making gifts right now, and you know what stopped me, Auntie? I heard something at my back door, and I'm like, who is coming in my back door? Guess what flew in?
What?
A dove flew into my house. And then I'm walking because I can hear something moving in the room. I'm like, okay, there's something in my house. So in my daughter's room, there's a dove flying around. And I'm like, well, here's my Hawai'i Lono. I'm like, that dove was telling me, hey, it's Auntie's class. And then Jory texts me, and I'm like, the dove, because I always see my Auntie Manu as the white the white bird, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, wow, amazing, it's amazing. But
God, that's
you're my
hilarious.
only
That's right. Get on. I know
And
when they
like,
sent me, Kai, thank you for that. I thought nobody was gonna come today, so thanks, you guys. I really appreciate
yeah,
you
we
coming.
love you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Auntie. Mahalo.
Thanks, Kai. Mahalo nui. Anyone else? Anybody?
I'm just gonna pipe in here. And I just wanted to say something, and this is not to sort of shut down any conversation in case other people want to come in and say something, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for just, honestly, I feel like that was such a gift. That talk was such a gift, and listening to you and your passion and your deep knowledge of this season and what it means to you, and it's really made me fully reflective about how, what I do as an individual, but within my community as well. And I can't express enough how beautiful that was, just to hear you sharing about those things. It's just like I'm all welling up, but just thinking about, gratitude and excellence, and what does it actually mean? And you said something about excellence being something is that you have to offer others, and I love that, because it's such a, for me, it's such a kind of non-Western way of thinking of things. It's such a non-Pakeha way of thinking of things. For me personally, excellence is about, what you can strive for, and the kind, how your CV looks or whatever, and I love the idea that excellence is something that you give to other people. And I just feel like that was such an incredible koha, and you've given me so much to think about, and it just, I genuinely feel lighter. I feel lighter. I'm just so grateful that you could share that with us today, and be part of this whole discussion, be part of this Fulbright Good Works, which is kind of exactly what we're trying to do, share wisdom and share knowledge, and share the cool stuff that people know. So thank you. It was a real gift.
Thank you, Therese. Thank you so much for this opportunity to give one version of my Noahuna, of my interpretation of the Makahiki. I always get nervous when I talk about Ike Kupuna, Ike Aina, or the thoughts of our elders, because it's very personal for me. And that personal, I'm very shy, because there's so many people with way more information and knowledge, but I keep it close to my heart. And I feel safe that way. I keep it close to my own experiences, and I feel safe that way. And I keep close to my own practices. And so what you experience today, you guys, is just one rendition of the Makahiki. It's a changing of seasons. It's a changing of heart. It's a move toward consciousness. And may we welcome this transformation of a new year. This is a new year. So when we say Lono Ika Makahiki, we're basically saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Let's Happy New Year, you guys. Lono Ika Makahiki. Let's make this new year transformative. And this time of COVID, this time of pandemic, what a humbling, rich opportunity to do things differently. Absolutely, yes. So keep your steadiness. Don't go into fear. Just remember, light always follows shadows always follow light. So I'm reminding about that with our own event this past Friday and Saturday. There is a shadow and it follows light. And so you have to be ready with courage, consistency. And when it's founded on Ike Kupuna, when it's founded on the light of our own knowledge, then we can not only survive, we thrive. So I want to close today, if that's all right, Therese, by really wishing everybody a happy, joyful, productive Makahiki season. Lono Ika Makahiki! Come on! Lono Ika Makahiki! Lono Ika Makahiki! Yeah! Happy Makahiki season, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Mama Auntie.
Okay, you guys. Aloha
Love you.
ahui ho.
Bye-bye.
Aloha ahui ho. Aloha ahui ho.
Aui no kaku.